James Hendricks with the Black Sheep Reports. And the universe we live in may not be the only one out there. In fact, our universe can be just one of an infinity number of universes making up a multiverse. Through the concept may stretch credibility, there's good physics behind this, and there's not just one way to get to the multiverse. Numerous physics theories independently point to such conclusion. In fact, some experts think that the existence of a hidden universe is more likely than not. Here are four most plausible scientific theories that suggest we live in a multiverse. Number one, the infinite universes. Scientists can't be sure what the shape of space-time is, but most likely it's flat, as opposed to spheric or donut shape, and it stretches out to infinity. But if space and time goes on forever, then it must start repeating at some point, because there are a finite number of ways that particles can be arranged in space and time. So if you look far enough, you would encounter another version of you. In fact, an infinity number versions of you. Some of these twins will be doing exactly what you're doing right now, while others will have worn a different sweater this morning, and still others will have vast different careers and life choices. Because the observable universe extends only as far as light has a chance to get into, which is 13.7 billion years since the Big Bang Theory. That would be 13.7 billion light years. The space-time beyond that distance can be considered by itself an own separate universe. In this way, a multi-universe exists next to each other in a giant patchwork quilted of universes. Number two, the bubble universe. In addition to the multi-universe created by infinity extending space and time, other universes can arise from theories called the eternal inflation. Now, inflation is the notion that the universes expand rapidly after a Big Bang, and affects inflating like a balloon. Now, eternal inflation, first proposed by the Tufts University cosmologist Alexander, suggests that some pockets of space stop inflating while other regions continue to inflate, thus giving rise to many isolated bubble universes. Thus, our own universe, where inflation has ended, allowing stars and galaxies to form, is but a small bubble in a vast sea of space, some of which is still inflating, that contains the other bubbles like ours. In some way of these bubble universes, the law of physics and the fundamental constantly might be different than ours, making some universes strange places indeed. Now, number three, the parallel universe. Another idea arises from a string theory is the notion of a brain world, which is a parallel universe that hovers just out of reach of our own, proposed by Paul Steinhardt and Neil Turk of the, they were theoretical physicists from Canada. The idea comes from the possibility of more one dimension to the worlds than the three of space. The three of space, one of time, and that we know. In addition to our own three-dimensional of space, other three-dimensional brands might float in higher dimensional space. Now, the Columbia University physicist Brian Greene described the idea as a notion that our universe is one of potentially numerous slabs floating in higher dimensional space, much like a slice of bread within a grainer cosmetic loaf. You know, in his book he wrote in The Hidden Reality. Last, the daughter universe, the theory of quantum mechanics, which reside over the tiny world of a subatomic particles, suggests that other ways multi-universes might arise. Quantum mechanics describe the world in terms of probabilities rather than a defined outcome, and the mathematics of this theory might suggest that all possible outcomes of a situation do occur in their own separate universes. For example, if you reach a crossroad where you can go right or left, that present universe gives rise to two daughter universes, one which is right and one which is left. This has been James Hendricks with the Black Sheep Reports. Subscribe if you're new. Links are below. And don't forget to check us out on Facebook. Our page is Media On